Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be discussing social power, and for me to do that during this presentation I'll be relying heavily on these books. The first one is Leading the Way, the 7 skills to engage, inspire and motivate by Andrew Lay and Michael Waynard. The second one is Leading the High Energy Culture by David Caslow. Now, what is social power? Social power is that capability an individual possesses to influence people socially. In everyday life, in every organization, there are certain practices that influence others to act in a given way. This is called the social power. Those who possess this make people work in the way they desire. Today I'll be discussing 5 of the social power. The first one is the reward power. The reward power is the ability to give rewards when others comply with our wishes. It varies from one setting to another. For example, a leader might decide to compensate his team for meeting deadlines or for a task well executed. In my own schools, we do this through a transactional type of relationship or leadership. When people go above and beyond, we reward them such that what they did is repeated. It could be for a significant contribution to the school, and at the end of the year, such a person is rewarded for the contribution. The next one is the coercive power. The coercive power is the exact opposite of reward power because it is our ability to punish others or colleagues for doing the wrong thing. It's basically to discourage undesired attitudes and behavior in the workplace. An example is when unapproved absences from workplace are counted and deducted from the annual leave of an employee. Well, it's good, it's very effective in the short term. In the long term, it creates resentment. The instance I gave of absences calculated and deducted from the annual leave of an employee might make the employee to become disgruntled and develop a flight mode. We jump ship at the next available opportunity. So it shouldn't be used like frequently. The next one, number 3, is reverent power. This is more of a model-like or mentor-like type of influence. Reverent power is when somebody wants to be like you, talk like you, and act like you, and do things the way you do it. Probably the person idolizes you and identifies with you. At this point in time, that person that is revered is the reference model. They find the person very attractive in the way the person behaves or thinks. For example, people refer engineers, they refer pastors or priests and others. Now, number 4, legitimate power. Legitimate power is that power that comes from a position or role. It's positional authority. For example, as a leader, I give directives to my colleagues and I expect them to carry out those directives. I needn't push more to make them do it. They will do it because of my office, because of the authority I have. And expert power. Expert power is where expertise or knowledge is the source of power. This is where credentials, awards, technical know-how come to the front burner. The person that is knowledgeable about a particular topic is referred and regarded highly. For example, people respect and regard medical doctors because of their expertise in healing the sick people. People refer and regard mechanical engineers because of their ability to make faulty vehicles come to life. Now, out of these five, if I must analyze the dominant type in my workplace, I'll say a combination of the five. Why? We use legitimate power based on the composition of the school itself. I am a country head of schools, controlling 3 schools in Cameroon, and with that, I dish out directive, I provide administrative and institutional leadership, and my directives are followed. So that gives that legitimate power. The coercive power also we use, but we rarely use it because it breeds discontent among colleagues. We use that when the case is very serious. For example, for a gross misconduct, such an individual will be reprimanded or punished, as the case may be, to deter others from doing such. And then the referent power is also equally used. I'm going to talk about the alpha dog concept. The alpha dog concept is when you have a leader or 2 or 3 in an organization that are very charismatic, hardworking, go-getters, pace-setters, high achievers, and they influence a lot of colleagues in the organization. These are referred to as alpha dogs. However, the concept of alpha dogs must be carefully implemented or demonstrated or promoted, as the case may be, because if there is no check and balance, there might be some pitfalls that might be counterproductive for the organization. For example, an alpha dog in the organization might think they know all. They want to intimidate everybody. They get very aggressive. And in the process, sometimes they do not listen to others. And in the process, they end up making mistakes. Social power, as I said earlier, is commonplace in all organizations. And we implement this on a daily basis. However, it has its merits and merits, but the merits outweighs the demerits. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation.